Black Lives Matter should not be a controversial statement, but for many, mostly white Americans, it is. Black lives should matter, but throughout much of history, they have not mattered to enough people, to powerful people, and to white people. I have two connected points this afternoon. First, that one of the reasons Western culture struggles to see and believe that Black lives matter is because we fail to imagine Black lives beyond a narrow set of mostly negative narratives. And second, that reading books that tell the stories of Black lives can help white America and the world see and understand ways in which Black lives are important, rich, valuable, human, worthy, and beautiful. Between the segregation that permeates the lives of most white Americans and the centuries of limited negative narratives about people of color, white people often struggle to imagine Black lives of complexity, beauty, and joy. The segregation and these limited ideas about Black life are remnants of European imperialism and colonialism that began in the 15th century and have not yet ended. Colonialism made our world, and we have barely begun to decolonize it. The British, from whose empire the United States grew, used literature as a means of reinforcing their colonial ideology rooted in white supremacy. English literature, they argued, could serve as a civilizing agent, modelizing whiteness and Britishness for colonial subjects. As for the history of literary expression by colonized people, Thomas Babington Macaulay argued in Parliament that all of the literatures of India and Arabia were worth the same as a single shelf of a good European library. In their schools and in ours, stories by and about white people filled the curricula. The syllabus, the reading list, and the canon became tools of segregation and oppression. In most cases, they still are. They valorize the works of white artists, reinforcing the power of white scholars and white writers, while suggesting through exclusion that the lives of Black people, both real and fictional, are not worth reading about, writing about, or thinking about. But as it is true that Black lives matter, it is true that Black art matters, that Black literature matters, and that Black stories matter. Literary fiction teaches empathy. It allows the reader to imagine different kinds of lives and innumerable possibilities of being. If we read more stories by and about people of color, America could imagine more stories for people of color. Americans could learn the various ways in which Black lives could, should, and do matter. So my charge to you is this: decolonize your reading list. Recognize when you're provided with syllabi and best of lists that are overwhelmingly white, Western, patriarchal, straight, and ableist. Think about the ways these books tell you a single story of the world. Read books by people of color. Choose writers who are not from dominant cultural groups. Read writers from outside the US and Europe. Read African, Asian, and Latin American writers. Read women writers. Read books by minority writers within these communities. Read books by LGBTQ writers. Read books by disabled writers. Dismantle the canon and decolonize your reading. If you need help getting started, I have students handing out bookmarks with suggestions after today's lectures.